Hi everybody, I'm Carrie. I wanted to bring you into my kitchen today and share with you a recipe for one of my favorite foods, pancakes. This has become my favorite go-to after a hard workout, long run type, needing some extra protein, comfort food, pancake. This recipe started from variations from other people's recipes, and I've made a lot of changes, so I do consider it to be one of my favorites. So it uses very few ingredients. It's super easy. We have oats, flour, almond butter, banana, baking powder, and an egg. And then you can always mix in your favorites. I always put blueberries and chocolate chips. So first thing, we start, if you're making this for one person, which is usually what I do because then you get to eat them all. I start with half a banana. So use your overripe bananas that you have sitting out. Another thing I do is take the overripe bananas and stick them in a bag and throw them in your freezer. So I always have bananas around when I want to make them. So half a banana into my bowl. I'm going to use my masher and I'm going to mash it up. Just takes a couple little mashes to make sure that it's ready to become my pancakes. So I've got a half a banana mashed. And then I'm going to add a quarter cup of oats, whole oats. And then you get a quarter cup of flour. I'm not very scientific when I measure. So quarter cup of flour. An egg. Whoa, hey, that egg had 2 yolks. Cool, can you see? I guess it's not really gonna hurt, huh? You also put, well, that's always good, organic jar almond butter. 1 tablespoon of almond butter. Obviously you can double this recipe. I think so there's my almond butter. And then I put in 1 teaspoon of baking powder. And that's it. Those are my pancakes. So we're going to mix them all up. I usually use a whisk, especially starting out with the egg. Make sure my egg is all stirred in. And then I mix it all together. It's going to be pretty gooey and thick. They're not runny pancakes at all. They are pretty thick and hearty, especially with the nut butter in there. Now I've only made this with almond butter, never with anything else. So this particular time, when you use a fresh banana, it makes it much thicker than the frozen bananas when I microwave them to defrost them, are much runnier than the fresh one. So I have to clean out my whisk. And now I've got my pancake batter all ready to go. That is it. Pancake batter. So then, again, I don't measure. I've got blueberries. I buy them in bulk, keep them in the freezer. I put in a scientific sprinkle. How's that? Cover up your thing, mix them together. So I just like to make sure there's a couple blueberries in every pancake. And then you gotta have chocolate chips in your pancakes. I just put in, again, a little sprinkle because there's a chip or 2 in every pancake, and that's about all you need. So then we mix it all together. As you can see, this is serving for 1 for me. Okay, now we're gonna go cook. Okay, so now I've brought you over to the stove and we're gonna cook up our pancakes. I use my stove sprayer to grease my griddle. Got to make sure it's really hot. And this should make about 5 small pancakes. I find that they cook a little more slowly typical thinner pancake batter pancakes. And actually, not sure how, but this time I made 4. I think the last time I made this recipe I used a whole banana. Maybe that's why they're thicker too. I tend to make this recipe different every time I make it. So there we go. I got my pancakes cooking. They do cook slowly, so give them some time. And it's almost time to eat. Okay, so now I'm ready to flip my pancakes. It really does take about 3 minutes per side. So let's see if I can do this without making a mess today. See, so they're pretty thick. I think a lot of that has to do with the nut butter. You can see how they look. So, introduce you to my dog as well, who's wondering who I'm talking to and if he's going to get any pancakes. Hi! Okay, and I'll be back in the magic of video and show you the finished project in a minute. Okay, and now I'm back with the finished product. Our 4 little mini pancakes, not really mini, and some maple syrup. And just for your information, 1 serving of these pancakes, just exactly the way I made them, is just about 475 calories, 14% protein, 36% fat, and 49% carbs. That's before adding syrup, so I use real maple syrup. Obviously that has a lot of sugar. Natural sugar, a lot of people like to use some calorie-free syrup, and then your nutritional information will stay the same. So I hope you enjoy my almond butter oat pancakes, and I hope you enjoyed my cooking. Thanks.